Good evening, Fairfield Community School District. Thank you everyone for being on tonight. My name is State Representative Jeff Shipley. I live at 12245 Jasmine Avenue. And I know just about everyone, including me, agrees that it's best when state authorities mind their own business, especially when it comes to local schools. But given the complexity and the gravity of the topics, I have two brief constructive comments I wanted to share to the board. First, state and federal authorities have clearly laid out that keeping kids away from school is a far greater health risk. The district, in turn, has adopted an approach that runs contrary to the CDC. Challenging the CDC and state health guidelines is actually really important. In fact, it's one of my favorite things to do. But I'm always looking for specific references, tangible data points that provide a clear scientific rationale for decision making. The public appreciates knowing the theoretical basis for these decisions. And yes, these are wild times with lots of uncertainty, multiple perspectives, which is why that extra layer of communication is so critical to public trust. Second, I was fortunate to connect over the phone with a board member, and they relayed to me the simple truth that in any position or policy, it's impossible to please everyone, and I'm quick to agree. But as public servants, there's no reason why we shouldn't try our best to do absolutely everything we can to satisfy the greatest number of people possible to the greatest extent possible. And especially in this instance, when the school district, provides a immensely important, essential service paid for with revenues extracted from people's property, there's a greater obligation, to go above, to go beyond, over, under, whatever it takes to keep and create satisfied parents. And I recognize the difficulty when the community is so irreconcilably polarized. Parents are pulling students for reasons left, right, and center on these policies. And to me, this indicates that flexibility and fluidity is needed to soften the polarity and allow each person to find the best solution. I believe the area where flexibility is most helpful would be in the financial aspect. Financial flexibility, financial fluidity. Yes, for the district, but especially for parents. Because let's face it, from the district's perspective, where the rubber meets the road is with the enrollment and the state cost per pupil dollars, and that's what makes these open enrollment decisions and these homeschool decisions so difficult. One suggestion to keep students in the district would be to share a portion of the cost per pupil directly with parents, spurring investment in individually tailored learning environments. Let's use a low rounded figure of $6,000 for the state cost. If the district is only going to have school face-to-face half the time, then half of the funding, maybe $3,000 per student, could be rebated directly to parents to cover that gap. And through education savings accounts, this money could roll forward and follow students for their entire academic career. I know this idea may seem radical to some. Not everyone is comfortable with reform. But I view it as a very modest compromise proposal, since the other pieces of school finance, the local property tax pieces, the state income tax, the state sales tax, the federal dollars, those would all be unaffected under an idea like this. So we are in a time of great reform and transformation, and that's going to require out-of-the-box thinking to evolve for the future. We want our school district, but also our parents, to be capable of creating unique, supportive, flexible learning environments for our children, with the priority of keeping students enrolled in the district, but most importantly, igniting a passion for lifelong learning wherever they are. In collaboration with that pursuit, lastly, I again wanted to offer myself to the board to work together on all the issues affecting student health, especially school nutrition. I know you've done a lot of work and investment on that over the summer, and we would appreciate the chance to interact and share some of the discussions we're having here at the State House too on that. So as always, just thank you so much for your patience, thank you so much for your service to the community. And we really are wishing the school district the very best and all the grace that we can in this difficult situation. But just wishing everyone, parents, teachers, especially the students, everyone concerned about this, a very peaceful and prosperous week ahead. And thank you so much for being with us tonight.